What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Monday, March 18th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we have a packed show today. We have King Rail joining us in 14 minutes. Then we have Maxwell Smart. We're going to look at, there's one game in the NIT today with an NJIT involved with the Quinnipiac. We're going to take a little look at that game, see if there's any edges there. But mainly we're going to talk about the big tourney coming up starting tomorrow night. And we had Drew breaking it down nicely on the early show. We're going to have Max breaking it down on the late show. See if we can find some value. And if you're looking at what the low backers were on early, they're liking Florida. They're liking Florida as a double-digit seed. And the UC Irvine, as two double-digit seeds and making us value moving forward. And we have a lot of work to do today. And there's been a lot of movement. There's been a lot of players resting, a lot of players hurt in NBA. We found out who was going to be in net. Kemper is going back-to-back. We'll talk about all that stuff shortly. But first off, let me give a shout-out to all the low baggers in the chat. We have Sean Robertson, Vinny Cornell, Chip Plylar, Flipper 13 in the house, Lance Mania, Nick the Slick 83, I am Axeman in the house, Pedro Barbosa, Ricardo Gutierrez, Vegas Gun, Stephen Dolery, Pedro Barbosa, SM, Trey Smiley, Josh Keeganlaya, BidXN. We have a great group here ready to get to work. Troy V in the house, PK, Base Kniff, Frank Vega, Dom Ricci, Mr. Gokster. Matt Collins says, no Kevin Love. I was waiting for that information to pop in. Wow, thank you, Matt Collins. I've been waiting all day to hear if he was going to be in the lineup. Oscar Valverde Ramirez, Crypto King, Viper MB, Paco Healy, straight out of San Diego, Matt Randall, Tara Nicole, Ron Walsek, Miss J. All right, let's get to work. We have about 12 minutes to go over this NHL card. We may not need the whole amount of time. Shout out to Addis in the house, Rem, Most, Jake, Bell. Yeah, PK saying Lowry now probable. A lot of moving parts in this NBA card. We're going to have a lot of time to break down these 9 games. I have plays that I want to add immediately, but I decided on waiting. And I don't know why I'm waiting, taking Spurs money line. I already know that King's on the Warriors, but maybe he's lukewarm now, knowing that Iggy also is going to be out. So no Boogie, no Iggy. We'll get to all that. Chip Plylar says Taint play of the day. We don't have one at this point. Hopefully one will come in. Matt Collins says first half full game Pistons. Boys, Matt Collins backing the Pistons without Griffin. We'll get into that. Nutflush Allen in the house. Red Girl in the house. Lil J, greatest ever. All right. Great group. Let's get to work. Now, first off, like I said, as soon as I found out that Darcy Kemper was going back-to-back, I said I would back the under 6.5. Yo-Yo Street says Raps win. Ben Smith says Yotes didn't play last night. Kemper not a real back-to-back here. You're right. I don't know why I just repeated that again. Somebody messaged me and said, it's not a back-to-back. They played Saturday night. I don't know why I thought it was Sunday night. So, yeah, you're right. That was my fault, and my fault from the early show. Okay. Oh, Donnie Rightside. Wow, Donnie Rightside. What a treat to see Donnie Rightside popping in the chat. Holy shit. Donnie Rightside says, new chapter, betting with the bag. Good luck, Jimmy. Kill it, brother. Donnie, what an honor it is to work with you. And for sure, my highlight of my stay down here was our show that we got to do together, The Audible, with the great whale capper. So thank you so much for popping in. That means the world to me, Donnie Rightside. What a great guy. Jin Rummy says, take notes from these early value plays for tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Wow, this is great. Jin Rummy giving us a few plays early, saying Islanders under 5.5 at -108. Hurricanes under 6.5 at -104. Predators under 6.5 at +102. And Flames under 6.5 at -105. I love that. Jumping on those unders. I'm copying and pasting that. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jin Rummy. My guy, Jin Rummy. What a treat it is to roll with you. So that's a quick copy and paste early. We already got leans from Hail to the Victors. All right, what a great group. Let's get Boogie in, says Crypto King. Oh, no, Boogie in, Iggy out. Okay, sorry, Boogie in, Iggy out. Yeah, that's Ski Profit in the house. Ski Profit will be joining us Tuesday and Thursday. Thankfully, Ski Profit will be here as we break down this NBA card. Okay, quickly, like I said, I was going to be on the under 6.5, and I am on the under 6.5 here. I got -113 still being hung at Bet Online, which is surprising. Heritage has already gone down to the 6. That's crazy. Heritage going down to the 6, but Bet Online offering the 6.5 at -113. I jumped on it now. When I bet it, I got -125, and that didn't concern me. Oh, and Alex in the house, do need for tips. What a great group. What a treat it is. Ronald Rogers says KD playing tonight. He is playing tonight. We'll break that down. We got Dom the Don, Cole Coleon. We got a great group. So I'm on under 6.5 in Coyotes, Lightning, at -113 at Bet Online. and I like it. Then we move down the list. I'm on Blackhawks -1.5 at +125. That is a line move that I did beat, I believe. I had beaten it a little while ago. Let's see. Yeah, there's a +118, +120 at Heritage. So a 5-cent beating here of the line move. And I really like this spot. Corey Crawford's playing extremely well. They have not announced that Thatcher Demko will be in net tonight. I expect them to announce that at any minute. Markstrom's playing incredibly well. When Thatcher Demko is announced, that line will move even further on towards the Blackhawks. And I expect that to happen. Blackhawks coming off their 5th straight win, 2-0 Montreal. We already know that their offense is rolling. They're getting help from players not named Patrick Kane and DeBrincat's been excellent all year. But now they're getting action from Perlini, and Corey Crawford's playing spectacularly well since he's coming back from the concussion. In this 5-game winning streak, he has a .955 save percentage, stopped 150 of 157 shots. Blackhawks are a healthy squad, only missing Drake Cagula. So that is the spot I'm on. I am on this Blackhawks team -1.5, and I like it. And then this is a spot I'm staying off, Jets Kings. We do know that Laurent Brossoit will be in net for the Jets. He's been better than Hellebuck this year. I'm sure they're going to try to get Hellebuck hot. But in saying all that, I just don't know if there's enough value to back the Jets here on the road. It's not that I don't think the Jets are going to win. It's just that they played very well against the Flames. They're still missing their top 2 defensemen in Morrissey and Bufflin. 3 of their top 6 if you count in Joe Morrow. And even though their forwards are healthy and flying, that's just not a team I want to back. Let's take a quick look at money lines in total if there's been any changes. Winnipeg San Jose game. Also, these LA, where we have the vividness bias of them always going under, have become an over-trending team over the last month or so. And it was Babano who got us onto that early. The 6 is juiced. Open at -116. Now there's -125. There still is a -115 if you wanted the under. And money's been coming in the Kings' direction. BetOnline opened Winnipeg at -195. Now they're at -173. Bookmaker is at -185. And 5 dimes down to -170. So money has come in on the Kings. And I'm just going to stay off this Jet spot. That's all. I'm going to stay off the Jet spot. Alan Axe says, I like the Jet spot. I'm going to look to wager in-game. Hopefully Kings go up 1-0. Shout out to Maxwell Smart in the house. And great to have you, Maxwell Smart. Can't wait to have you on the show in a little bit. And then finally, I am on the Sharks -1.5 at +155. That's another play I like. I really believe this is the Sharks' year to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. You can't get a +155 anymore. Best you get +150 at 5 dimes or Heritage. But in saying that, it's imperative that they get first in the division. If whoever plays the Vegas Knights in the first round, man, all bets are off. Vegas Knights look like a very, very, very tough team. Dave Jr. Smile says, did you play offense or defense, Jimmy, back in the day in hockey? Well, if you take a look at my shoulders, you'll know that I played offense. I was not a hitter. My dad did not have enormous shoulders, and nor do I. So I had soft hands. I was a power play specialist. I mean, I worked hard and was defensively responsible. I tried to, my game, I tried to just play like Igor Larionov. Igor Larionov was my favorite player all my life. So yes. 49ers for Life says Jets in regulation, Jimmy, easy money. It's not that I disagree with that call by any means. I think that's a fine play. But I'm not going to back it here. I'm not going to back it myself. Little Jay said, I've been waiting on the Sharks since Nabokov. They need a cup. Man, I'm telling you, this is their year if they don't have to play the Golden Knights in the first round. Now, if they have to play the Golden Knights in the first round, I still think they can beat them. But that could easily go 7 games, and it'll take a lot out of you. It's imperative to win the Pacific Division and not face the Golden Knights. Gabe Pasquis says, what the hell was a backup goalie for Leaf Sparks singing, calling out the players? He was right, but he was not the guy to make that comment. Enjoy the Miners, pal. That's hilarious, Gabe Pasquis. You're right. You're absolutely right. And then Sophia Gutierrez coming in saying, hello, everyone. Make sure you join our poker tournament next Monday, March 25th. Cash prizes for the top 30 finishers and grand prize value over $5,000. Yes, we have a big tournament coming up on Monday, March 25th, where you will see a lot of the SBR guys that you played poker with in the past with you wager. Now we're doing it with Bovada, and we have a huge score. The winner gets flown to Minnesota, gets tickets to the Final Four and the championship games, 4 nights hotel, and spending cash. And that will be all going down Monday, March 25th. I'm excited. I got knocked out very early last time by Cash Action Bets Night. Think about that play over and over again, Cash Action. we'll be going up against it. But I was happy that Cash Action got my hundo. Okay, so yes, I'm on Sharks -1.5 at plus 155. And the Knights just are a much easier foe with Malcolm Subban in net. Even if he will be in net, could be Lagasse, but they're a much, much easier foe than when Marc-Andre Fleury is in net. So those are my, that's my NHL action so far. Under 6.5, Coyotes Lightning. I got -113 at Bet Online, and then 2 puck lines. Blackhawks -1.5 at plus 125 against the Canucks. And we did just talk about the Blackhawks being so good. We didn't get a chance to talk about the reason why we're fading the Knuckleheads. And they're with Edler and Tanev in the lineup, this is a playoff hockey team. That's how important these two guys. Now, they got Edler back, but now Tanev is lost for the year with the broken foot he suffered in the Devils game. They're playing over their head. They look great in that shootout win against Dallas. They're playing better than anybody would have expected. But I don't think they can do this in back-to-back nights with the Blackhawks playing so well. But the Blackhawks have broken my heart. They've broken my heart a few times over the last 3 weeks or so with puck lines. So they could do that again. And oh no, not applicable. God, I did not want to see that. The shit the bed of the day, San Jose says Vegas money line. One other thing about the Sharks is that they're going to rally around Evander Kane, Vancouver boy, who went through a family tragedy recently. And they're going to rally around him. And I bet you Evander Kane has the best run of his life. He's a big boy. He can play defensive. He can hit. And he can score. And he makes it the best, gives them the best third line in the NHL. I believe in Evander Kane. And I believe in this Sharks squad. So those are my 3 plays in the NHL. And I'm pumped, man. Christopher Comte said Knights have been playing better. The Knights have been playing better than any team in the NHL. There's no doubt about it. 8 of 9. Playing very, very good hockey. All right. Let's get to work here. We have our NHL card ready to rock, and we have an NBA card ready to go. And I already see my man, King Rail, ready to roll, coming in a few minutes early, which is what I need. This is 9 games. I want to have a lot of time to break down this card. Red Girl says I'm leaning Vegas too, Jimmy. I'm not. When a one team can't get the big save that they need, hurts them a little bit. Vegas is going to have to score 5 goals to win this game. Okay. And SM says Carlson's still out, but Sharks win. Money line. Yeah, Carlson's not going to be back until maybe a game left in the season. They may need to make sure that his groin is good tonight. And Gay Pasquis says, I agree, Sharks will play hard tonight for their teammate. Very sharp play on the puck line tonight. Yeah, I love it. I think it's a great spot. Okay, shout out to Trotwam in the house. Not applicable. Lamont Williams. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce the star of King's Court joining us right now when I needed him. 9 games. I did not have somebody to come in, an NBA expert, to help me break down this card. I'm already on a few plays. Can't wait to hear the plays he's on. Please welcome to the show none other than King Rail.
What's up, Jimmy? Thanks for having me on, man. Anytime you need me, man, I'm here. I'm pretty sure any other guy in the low bag community will say the same thing for you, man. We all love you.
Oh, man, that means the world to me. The absolute world to me. Well, let's start rolling through this card, and let's just go in order with the 7 o'clock games down. You have been riding the Pistons and succeeding with them. I am very pensive to back them on the road, and now we know there's no Blake Griffin, but no Blake Griffin and no Kevin Love. I'm also wondering, I don't know if you know if Tristan Thompson might maybe make 10 or 15 minutes of game time tonight, but I'm not sure if he's in the lineup here. But let's just take a quick look at SBRodds.com here. Get to the NBA section here, get the spreads and totals, and take a look at what's going on here. So about an hour ago, before Kevin Love was announced, there was 5.5. There was even a 5 on the board, but it's back to 6.5. Detroit, Cleveland, and let's go to the total here. And opened up at 215.5, been dropping all day, now down to 211. King, does it concern you that Blake's in the lineup, or not in the lineup? Excuse me. Are you still going to back Detroit here? How are you handling this game?
Hell yeah, I'm going to back Detroit here, man. I hammered Detroit minus the 5, Jimmy. Detroit, earlier I said Detroit's been hot. I've been riding this train. You said for about a week. Man, Detroit has won 14 of the last 18 games. Only losses came on the road. That was to Boston, San Antonio, Brooklyn, and Miami. Those are the little road losses they lost, but they won 14 of the last 18. Last time they played the Cavs, man, they won by 36 in Cleveland. 36 their last matchup. I don't care that Blake is in the lineup. They can go small if they want to on this team. And have you seen how Reggie Jackson's been playing up? You talk about toughness and grit. You talk about how Lou was playing for the Clippers. Look at Reggie right now. That man playing with some fire in his fucking eyes. You saw when he played Toronto. It's not going to affect them with Blake getting gone because now they can go small if they want to. Makers should be able to have a decent game. Cavs small. No Love, no Nance, no Thompson, no Henson. He ain't been playing the whole time, but still, no Dylan Love out there. And I don't believe in Sexton. If he was on any team in the NBA right now, Jimmy, he would not be starting point guard.
I hear everything you're saying. And backing Reggie, I mean, Reggie drives me crazy. He's so talented. He's stepping up right now. And in fact, when he had that ankle injury and we weren't sure if he was going to be out for a while, and he came back that night, I was like, well, seems like we're dealing with a different Reggie Jackson, somebody who's stepping up. We're having a little bit of sound issues, but we'll get that figured out. We'll get that figured out. Rafa, if we do notice that the sound problems that we're having with King, I mean, I caught almost everything, but if you could touch on that at all, that would help. And then Optimus Prime backing King with the Pistons money line. Ricardo Gutierrez, Pistons money line. Mr. Goku says Pistons sounds like the play. Luke DM on Pistons under 214. I mean, seeing Luke DM getting the under at 214.5, hearing you getting the Pistons at -5, I get it. But would you still think there was money at 6.5? We're going to be calling King back right now, see if we can get a better sound going on. Crypto King says under might have value in the Detroit game. Yes, Christopher Commenting, Griffin is out. This is he is not. He is resting in this spot. Will not be in the lineup, so he is out. Now I can understand everything he's saying, but I'm still tentative. Here. Let's take a look at who the Pistons will be rolling with. Then I mean, you're going to be getting who is it going to be? Are you going to move Bruce Brown up? Well, I guess you can go small with Bruce Brown, or bring in Thon and Pachulia to play with Andre Drummond. King, do you think there's still value at 6.5?
I think they beat the Cavaliers by more than 10 points.
By 10 points. Wow. I'm gonna. Oh wow, that's Yeah, and I mean,
I don't know if my sound is better or not, Jim. We did a test before we came on. I don't know what it is. It's something with Skype. I don't know. It's Skype. I got a expensive ass mic, expensive ass camera, but I hear myself echoing. Does it to me, Jay Money, all the time.
You know what? It sounds actually a little bit better. So we'll make it work. We'll make it work, King. We'll make it work. Can you expand the screen so I get a better look at King? Ski Prophet says Pistons under 7-3, second of back-to-backs. What do you think about this total here in Pistons Cavs?
Well, Detroit's going to go small. I mean, you expect them to shoot more three-pointers and drive more and go more to the paint. They're going to try to get Drummond going early. Of course, they're going to do that. But if it's small balls, I see a lot of 2s, 3s, and I'm not going to touch the total. Yeah,
I can understand. If they go small, it's going to be a higher scoring situation if the Cavs can even keep up. Wow. Okay. Early on, we got Rail on the Pistons. Interesting spot. Let's keep rolling. Jazz at Wizards. This was an interesting game because it looked in the morning like it was a simple play on the Jazz. You could have got them at 4. You could have got them at 4.5, and it started getting worse throughout the day. Then it got up to 5.5 or 6s, and now it's back to 5.5 at plus money at Pinnacle or 5s at Bookmaker. Do the Jazz have value? Will Gobert and Favors dominate the paint against the Wizards team that struggles on the boards? What do you think here, Jazz Wizards, King?
Man, this was a tough one, Jimmy, for me to cap just in general, man. Jazz is fighting not to be the 8th seed right now in the West. Man, if they're the 8th seed, they're definitely going to have to face Golden State. Golden State going to sweep them. Wizards, I know everybody got hot on this Wizards team, man, but Wizards only won 9 in their past 11 games. 9 and 11 in the last 20 games. And who have the Wizards beat? They beat the Grizzlies, Minnesota, Cavs, Bulls, Brooklyn, the Mavs. Wizards are making the playoffs to me, Jim, and they give up a lot of points, man. So it's hard for me to take a side over here. Hearing everybody talk about the under, that's the play I end up taking, Jim. Even though the Wizards score 117 points at home and give up 114 points at home, I still roll with the under in this spot. I think the Jazz win this game, and the book is telling us that the Jazz is going to win this game. So if the Jazz wins this game, it means it's going to be defense. They're going to lock down Bradley Beal, and it's going to go under.
I'm so deathly afraid of taking unders in Wizards games, and then I'm also afraid of going against the market, which you guys are doing here with that under. And I don't want to go right up against you guys, but and it depends where you're looking too. Because I'm using Bet Online as my opener. Bet Online opened at 225 and it got shot up, but Pinnacle opened it at 228 and it got up to 229, and then now it's back down to 227. So I guess in some respects, you're not really going against the market. You're just going up against the initial market opening at Bet Online. Red Girl liking the under, King liking the under. I think at 5 points, I want to take the Jazz here. I think I'm getting value with the Jazz at 5 points. And you're not making a move on the side?
No, I mean, I lean Jazz here. But I think, like I said, if Jazz wins this game, it's going to go under. Man, they're going to have to go up there and go play big. They're going to play big on this team. Portis, yeah, he's a decent center. He's an athletic big, but he's not the caliber of Gobert out there, Favors out there, man. So I think Utah's going to have to go big. And Rudy's out there. Rudy is back on the court. So they're going to play smarter basketball, man. You'll get the ball out of Mitchell's hands, so that probably slow down the pace of play for them tonight. So I lean under. I can't pick a side. But Jimmy, one thing I do want to do with you on the show when I come on is build a parlay, man. We can start building like 2 or 3 team parlays. I mean, this right here, the Jazz and the Pistons are perfect opportunities to put on 3 team parlay.
Yeah, I get it. It's a nice spot to add in the Jazz in a parlay. But I mean, what are you getting on the money line right now? Let's see what you get on the money line. Minus 207. I mean, I get it. I feel like the 5 is a nice spot, but Alan actually says, "Can you trust the Jazz to win by 5?" I mean, I don't know. Can you trust the Jazz? Do you trust this Jazz team on the road, King?
I mean, they 13-5 and 1 ATS versus the Wizards in Washington. It's how hungry are they right now? This is what you're going to see in the NBA right now, Jimmy. What's coming out to the last weeks? I mean, we almost in April, man. And it's coming down to who's hungrier, and who wants it the most. I don't see why the Wizards even want to try. They want to lose. They don't want to make the playoffs. But this is the West Coast team they play, so winning a loss right here is going to affect the Wizards in any aspect of it. I see the Wizards putting up a fight, but I think the Jazz are more hungry. And at 5, I mean, I can support that minus 5.5, but there's nothing I would take. But I can see why everybody would like it.
I do too. Getting a little choppy right now. But I don't want to lose King here. I'm not sure what you think we should do, Rafa, because I want King to help break down the rest of this card. Do you have any ideas? While you're having an idea, write to me and let me know. We're gonna try calling King back one more time, getting a little too choppy here for us. But I think I'm gonna make. I'm just hesitant. Ron Loftus says I trust them more now. They could use the win. Teddy B says Kings are the Jazz a team that covers spreads? You know, it's funny. The Jazz seem to either smash teams or not cover the spread. And you can trust them to cover a spread at home, but this feels like just a game that they win. You know, I'm going to stay off the Jazz at this point. Now let's talk Nuggets at Celtics. This is a huge game coming up here tonight. Celtics coming off that win at home over the Hawks on Saturday night. And I wonder if we got any last-minute information here on whether some of these guys are going to be in the lineup. Gordon Hayward, who we were expecting not to be in the lineup, will not play, and it's a concussion now. So him and Robert Williams will not play, but it looks like everything is fine with Al Horford. Al Horford will be able to play. Well, that's a very good sign for the Celtics and those guys backing the Celtics here. Let's quickly look at spreads and totals here. Viper MB says Celtics max bet, easy bet. They seem to play very well against tough competition. Boston opening at minus 3.5. You can still get those 3.5s, although there's a 4 on the board to provide them 5 times. This total started at 221 or 222.5. Now 221.5. King, what are you thinking here? Nuggets at Boston.
This was a game when I seen Horford was sitting out. I was more concerned about than was Hayward. Hayward being out, man, I like the fact that he's out. There's more touches for Brown and more touches for Tatum out there, man. And those two who's actually been performing on the court. I mean, yeah, his length is going to affect Boston a little bit, but they should be able to move a little bit faster. They move slower with Hayward on the court for me, man. They don't move the same way as they moved last year. Denver, man, Denver's won its 7 last 8 games in Boston. 6-14 ATS last 20 games on the road, Jimmy. This aspect of when I look at that, see Boston at home, man, how do you not take Boston at home? Denver has won the 3 games in a row. 2 of those games they struggled at, and that was at home against the Pacers and the Mavs. I have to lean Celtics here, man, but I laid the juice, took them minus 165, Jim. I said that on the morning show. 3.5 to me right now with Boston. I'm not like what they allow a team to score points. I'm seeing a lot of guys are on the under in this game. I lean over in this spot too, man. Boston is giving up points in the last couple of games. Defense is what concerns me, and that's part of the reason why I didn't take 3.5. Last time Boston and Denver played, I don't know if it was Murray or if it was Harris. One of them had put up 48, I think, somewhere around 44 or something against Boston.
Yeah, I mean, Ronald Rogers says Denver's been lucky to win the last couple games. SM said a lot of cappers are on Celtics to win. Mally Mouse says Denver's streak is over tonight. You know, the more I look at this game, the more I'm going to back this, the more I want to back this Celtics squad here. Illwise says Denver first quarter is the play. You know, I feel like it's tricky to figure out when this Celtics team's going to sort of lay an egg. Oh, Jesus.
The Celtics do it quarterly, Jim. Like, we'll get a good quarter with the Celtics, and the second quarter come and they just don't play defense and don't put up points. And the third quarter come and it seems like they want to try to win the game again. And then halfway through the fourth quarter, they give up and then boom, at the end, they win games. So it's tough for me to call the Celtics to ATS right now.
Aloha Eastside Roller says Denver, my dude. You know, the thing is that there's angles that I really like. And I'm not going to add the Jazz and the Celtics unless I feel like I'm a little light on plays, and I don't think I am right now. So, you know, I'm very close to making a move on the Celtics. Do you agree that the Celtics step up against better competition and then play down to the level of their opponents?
Of course. They do it. They've been doing it all year. When they play mediocre teams, they really don't care and they don't put up a fight. When they're playing somebody they're supposed to go out there and play, or some kind of revenge angle, they go out there and perform. Against Denver, the talk is been Denver and Boston, Denver and Toronto. Everybody can think of Denver's going to the championship. So why wouldn't Boston want to perform against his West Coast team and show them they for real? Just in case they do beat.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that I'm getting closer and closer and closer to pulling the trigger on the Celtics. Jay Money says, watch King's Court. I have an angle for you guys. Everybody, watch King's Court after this show. Absolutely spectacular show. Okay, well, let's move on to Knicks Raptors here. We do know that Lowry will be in the lineup, so this spread's been moving all over the place because we know that Serge is on the third game of his suspension. We know that Kawhi is being rested, and it's important to know that Lowry was going to be in the lineup. And Larry Savage liking Celtics. Wow, SM says back-to-back plus 126 points for Boston. Mally Mouse says Boston steamrolls Nuggets. I'm very close. And yes, I actually win. I am on that under 6.5 in the hockey game. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Knicks, Raptors. It opened at minus 12, and now it's right back to where it was, at minus 12 or minus 12 and a half. And this first quarter is appealing to me at 4, and now there's 4.5s at Bookmaker and Bovada and Heritage. And the under was also something that was appealing. Let's see if there's been movement there. And I'm still on the first quarter. Let's go quickly here. And the under has been bet up a little bit. Now at 214. King, this is one of the games I'm most interested in your breakdown with. Knicks, Raptors.
Well, my whole thing about this game was the total, Jimmy. I've been riding these Knicks unders lately, man, been cashing. I didn't take the under the other night when they played against LA. I was on LA in that spot, and we got hurt bad when we played LA. LA up by 10, 3 minutes left, and lost that game. I don't know how that happened. But I've been rocking these unders for the Knicks, man. No Dennis Smith out there. Even if he was out there, there's no scoring. He's not out there tonight. There's no scoring. What does Knicks have? What are the Knicks doing to score points? They've been going through Tier. They've been going through Knox. They've been going through their big. Now on the other side, we got Toronto. No Serge out there. Larry, you say he's playing, but no Kawhi. The Raptors are only averaging themselves 113 points. It's pretty tough. It's going to be pretty hard for me to see the Knicks tonight touch 90 points, man. I see the Knicks scoring about 83 points. I tried to get you under the other day, Jimmy, when it was Knicks and Spurs. I might hop on that under. I see the same angle here, man. Under.
I like it too. It's not that high of a total. It's not that high of a total, and I'm just a little hesitant. But Ski Prof says Knicks unders 9-4, second of back-to-back. Oh, man. Jay Money says, take Celtics, Jimmy. I'll tell you why later. I'm very close to making that move. And my man, Jerome Bolden, got sauce. Parlay of the day, Celtics and Blazers, money line. Bob Taylor says Van Fleet is starting. Interesting, Van Fleet.
Hey, Jimmy, you said the total is low, but the total against the Spurs was 214. It went under. The total when they played Indiana was 208. It went under. The total that was 223 the last couple of games. It went under. The Knicks, one time I touched 100 points was just when they played LA. But the 5 games before then, all went under 83, 98, 92, 94, 96. You're playing a Raptors team out here, and you don't have Dennis Smith out there. Raptors locked down defensively, especially after what happened to him against Detroit.
A lot of people backing the under here, not applicable as well. Ty Clinton as well. What did you get your under at?
I got 214. My book right now has that 213.5.
Okay, I'm very close to making a move on that. And what do you think about the Knicks coming out fine early and covering of 4.5-point first quarter?
Like I said, Toronto has to be pissed. I mean, I didn't tweet it out, but I was on Detroit yesterday, man. I hopped on them late too and cashed with them. They have to be pissed about the way they lost that game. They have to. So I don't think the Knicks. What firepower do we see the Knicks coming out smashing? When you tell me the Moody ain't gonna come out shooting, or the Knicks gonna come out shooting 72% like they shot the first quarter the other day? I don't think so. But I'm not backing the Knicks in this spot. I'm not gonna take this 12.5. And the Raptors don't. I thought we all learned a lesson about taking these big old spreads as well, like the 12.5. Either way, I'm not touching it, man. I'm not playing no first quarter, no first half, or anything in the game. The only thing that jump out to me is under. That's what's been cashed.
Well, I think I'm going to jump on both those with you guys. I think you guys are pushing me in the right directions. I think I'm going to add Celtics, and I'm going to add the under in the Knicks Raptors. While I'm looking at that, let's move on to Heat Thunder. Tom Marino was talking about backing the Thunder early, and I think that's an interesting spot, a spot that I kind of like, and I might jump on right now. Let's go to spreads and totals quickly. Heat playing very strong, defensively, accountable basketball, and the Thunder are going to want to show that they can win without Westbrook in the lineup. This spread opened at 3, now at 5.5. The total opens at 213.5, now at 210.5. King, Heat, Thunder.
I'm on Heat. Give me the Heat plus 5.5 in this spot. No Westbrook. I'm fine with that. You're asking a lot from Paul and Scooter to go out there. Man, an interesting stat about Miami, man. Miami is 20-11 ATS play. That's number one in the NBA. The second crazy stat, they're 15-7 ATS as underdogs play. Miami's in playoff mode right now. I mean, I know they just played the other day, and look how they played flat at first against who was they fucking playing? They played flat against the they turned around second half and Hornets out the water, man. The way played, they wanted to make the playoffs. This is his last spot. The team is up right now, and they want to stay in the playoffs. They got Magic right behind them. I don't see the Magic, the Miami Heat taking their foot off a little bit of momentum they have been gathered up. They can't afford to lose any games. They have to keep the same chemistry rocking and rolling right now. And without Westbrook out there, like I said, if anyone guards getting in foul trouble, if big getting in foul trouble, you ask a lot for Paul. And this Magic, I can't say Magic. This Miami team is healthy right now, besides Whiteside being out.
Yeah, I agree.
Not Whiteside, but Winslow. I'm sorry, Winslow.
Yeah, Winslow being hurt, but Dragic is playing very good basketball. Ski Profit liking the under here. Ski Profit also says my numbers like Heat, so Ski liking the Heat and the Thunder. My man Addis liking the Heat, Thunder, under here. And Bob Taylor says, can you like the Heat money line, or do you think that the 5 points is imperative on this bet?
It's imperative on this bet. I'm not saying they come out and win this game, and I'm not saying they can't win this game. But I still like the 5 points. I mean, we take them. Yesterday, if you guys tell me, we had the Nets. The Nets could have won that. Not Nets, but we had +6. I think the Nets yesterday. I had the Nets yesterday, Jimmy, +6. They tied the game up, and they ended up losing the game late by a 3-pointer, but that 6 points came in handy. They could have won it, but you know what I mean? You always want them points, man. Especially getting close to 6 points, man, take those.
Yeah, I get it. And do we know Steven Adams is good to go? Let me just double check and make sure that he's all good to go for anyone who's going to be backing OKC here. Steven Adams is. They don't know yet, but I'm sure he is good to go. I don't think he's on the injury report at this point. Mally Mouse says Westbrook injuries. No, Westbrook suspended. He got his 16th tech. Ron Lawton says, got to agree with those on Heat and under. Steve Priest saying Miami's an under team. Adrian A says Dragic wants his starting spot back for the playoffs, so he will go off tonight. Wade will play well too. Raven in the Desert's been talking unders all day long. All day long. Wow, Heat and the under. So are you on the under as well, King?
No. But I can understand why everybody wants the under here. But like I said, we don't know, man. Without Westbrook out there, if Paul George is like playoff Pete, like they say, and he's playing like an MVP, and Schroeder, I mean, they're gonna have to go out there and get buckets. I mean, they're gonna go out there and score. You look at the OKC roster. Who else is gonna be a scorers out there? I mean, with Westbrook out, you only have 2 primary scorers now. And Adams, I know he's playing, but he's banged up. If he does play, I don't see who else is gonna score points for OKC. So I could see why the under is a factor. OKC had to lie down on defense, and Miami Heat as well. But they are rolling right now, man. And I I can't touch it, Jimmy. I mean, certain things a scream that jump out to me. I'm not a big under better or a total over better. That's really not my thing at all. But when they jump out to me, I definitely take. Not in this spot right here. This spot it would probably be an impulse.
Yeah, I get it. So a couple things here before I make a move on this game. I'm on the Celtics -3.5 and -113 at Bet Online. I jumped on the under 214 in the Knicks Raptors game, which I'm nervous about. I'm nervous about just because I've had a bad read on Raptors totals so far this year. Red Girl says they go under with or without Westbrook. Wow, Larry Savage liking Thunder money line. 49er for life says 211 is scary to bet the under. This game can still go over easily. Pedro Barbosa
Yeah,
says,
that's a
aren't you
low.
guys
That's
underrating
low.
Schroeder a little bit? You got a reply to that,
Yeah,
kid?
not let me cut you off, Jimmy, but that's a low total to me as well. That's what I'm saying. 211. I mean, it's not like we're playing a team where they're missing scorers for the team. Like the Knicks are missing Dennis Smith, their scorer and their primary ball handler. That's not what's happening in the case over here. So that's why I'm not touching the over or under in that spot.
I agree with you guys. The 5.5 does seem appealing. The 5.5 certainly does seem appealing with Miami, knowing that Dragic will have Schroeder all day long. Addis says Miami away, Thunder at home equals under. And Teddy B just jumped on that.
If you're taking Miami, I mean, the only thing that really helps supporting you is the fact that Miami away, like I said, they're 2011 ATS away. That's it. I mean, you have a 65% chance of Miami covering on the road.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And you're getting plus 5.5. That's a huge number. You know, I'll jump in on the Heat with you guys. Plus 5.5 and -102 here. Plus 5.5, -102. That seems very appealing. That's at 5 dimes. I'll jump on that with you guys. Now let's go to a play that just I want to jump on, and I need to hear your breakdown of this game without Iggy and Boogie in the lineup because I want to take the Spurs money line. I know you're heavy on the Warriors earlier. Has that changed at all, knowing that Iggy and Boogie are going to be out of the lineup?
Nope, hasn't changed me one bit, man. This is playoff basketball over here, Jim. Other day, I think we were dead ass wrong when we said Golden State didn't care about that game. The boys that come out and tell us today, show us they cared about that damn game. They care right now. I know it's about Golden State, man. When you hear a lot of stuff in the media about them, you see the stuff with Kerr and all that stuff that goes on. Golden State, they come out and win games after all that. They come out and they shut us up. Spurs are rolling right now, but Spurs not on the level of Golden State. AD back, healthy legs, and Jimmy. Something I took in consideration when I was capping this game was something that you said weeks ago. Y'all didn't even look at Cousins on the floor. This Golden State doesn't play the game. No Cousins out there tonight. They got Bogut back. What's he there for? To get them dirty fouls, rebounds, pull the defense out. So he'll be in the rotation tonight as well. AD healthy and Clay. I look at Clay's numbers for the past couple weeks, man. This man got his shot back. He's in rhythm right now. So you have a hot Clay, a Steph get hot whenever he wants to, and the rest of AD. Man, I'm fading this Spurs tonight, man. I'm fading.
You know, when I think about this game, and I mean, we're going to see Looney out there slowing this game down. There's going to be no Iggy on defense. I just feel like the Spurs are absolutely rolling right now, and Golden State doesn't have guys that are going to be able to get stops. I mean, Sean Livingston is great. Great defender, great all-around player. But who else is going to get stops? I mean, I feel like Golden State is ripe for the picking right now.
If Golden State make these three-point shots, and we know Golden State's a three-point shooter, is San Antonio going to shoot threes to keep up in the game? No, not at all. Aldridge, I mean, we see how he played against them. Man, San Antonio's a team at home that everybody want to ride with. I get riding their momentum, but I'm fading them in this spot. I have to. Golden State's one game ahead for home court in the West right now. All these games matter. They're in playoff mode. And this was a Golden State team where I had to back Jimmy -6 and -7. Definitely, I'll be all over San Antonio in this spot. But like I said, I hop on Golden State spreads, and I lowered it 4.5, 5. Give me a spread right now at 2.5. I'm taking 2.5 over here, man. It's low for a reason. If the books even thought that Golden State, these bodies being out, Golden State would be a 2.5 right now. San Antonio was the superior team. There'll be about a 4.5. San Antonio would probably be the favorite here, or Golden State. San Antonio would be the favorite here. Or it'd be a pick 'em. This is really a pick 'em. You tell me Golden State got to win by 3 points. That's not a pick 'em here.
I hear everything that you're saying and respect everything that you're saying. I just feel like this is a perfect spot for the Spurs to keep playing very good basketball. Very, very tough. And, oh, man. And I already think I made a mistake on the total, taking the under 224. That just went heavily against me. Say what, man?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the West, from the 1 to the 8 spot, everybody's pretty tight. Nobody can really afford to lose a game. So you only have a little bit of money, and you're going to make one bet, and it was Golden State versus San Antonio. Wouldn't you ride with the champions? I mean, well, would you rock with San Antonio on this spot? That's how you have to look at it, because anybody lose here is gonna mess up the position. It's all about position right now.
This is a Spurs team that's won 8 straight. They're playing very good basketball. And Kevin Looney is going to be, running. He's going to be in the paint, in the way. I see Looney being in the way a lot of the time. Boogie is playing very good basketball. Boogie, I know he only got 12 points against the Thunder, but I thought he was awesome taking on Steven Adams down low and being tough. I'm going to take the Spurs here. I'm very uncomfortable going up against you. I'm not going to bother with the 2.5 points. I am going to take the money line. Actually, I might take the 2.5 points. I mean, if I'm only going to get a plus 115. Oh, no, there's a plus 125 at Bovada. I'm going to take the Spurs money line plus 125. And very uncomfortable going up against you, but I feel like this is a perfect time to do it. And I'm going to do it. Now, let's keep going. We got to get my man Maxwell Smart in here pretty quick. But do the Mavericks have value at home against the Pelicans tonight? Let's take a quick look at spreads and totals. I hate this Maverick squad, but this Pelican squad just looks terrible right now. Dallas getting minus 4.5, a total of 232. Do you have a play on Pelicans Mavericks tonight?
Nope, biggest stay off game of the night for me. I'm not touching anything with Dallas and Pelicans on the same ticket.
Yeah, I understand that. But Dallas is playing good basketball at home. They're going to have Doncic back, I believe. Let me just double up on making sure Luka is going to be in the lineup here. Luka is
game time on mine.
Still listed as probable. Do you think the Pelicans can take care of business right now? Without Drew Holiday and with AD playing 20 minutes a game?
If I had to do anything in this spot, I would have to do the reverse Dave LA play, man. Probably take the Pelicans the first quarter. The Pelicans looked okay the past maybe couple of first quarters. It would have to be a first quarter Pelicans play or under the spot between the two teams. I just don't like this game, Jim. I mean, at the all game, this is the one that just pass up. Like, I didn't bother capping it. I don't want it. But the game I did cap that we could talk about, the Suns and the Bulls game, Jim.
All right, yeah, I screwed up there. Now we know that there's going to be no Kelly Oubre in the lineup. Why don't you talk Bulls, Suns, and I'll decide what to do with this Maverick spot.
Yeah, no Kelly, no Otto Porter for Chicago. I know Chicago been having problems having problems scoring. And speaking about seeding and draft implications over here, Bulls, I know they have 19 wins, Suns 17 wins. If the Suns win tonight, it's going to make it really hard for them to lock up getting that top 3. Now they're going to have to find a way to lose. Suns losing tonight would easily keep them locked in for that bottom 3, or chance to get number 1 pick. Bulls win or lose. If the Bulls lose, they have to still lose more. I'm pretty sure they're still going to lose more, but that won't make the top 3. Suns have to lose here to make the top 3, if you ask me. No Kelly. The team only looks good with Kelly in the lineup. Without Kelly in the lineup for the Suns, it goes back to the same Suns lineup that we've seen before. Also, I saw earlier that Devin Booker wasn't going to play, but he is playing. So I don't know if he's backed up or they're going to sit him, but he's actually playing. So I have to rock with the Bulls here. If you're giving me 2 shitty-ass teams, and I'm taking plus money, I'm going to take the plus money with the Bulls over here. We saw how they played yesterday, but they do have offense in them, man. And I had to be the Bulls. The Bulls money line. That's the only thing I can say, man. I'm not going by playoff seeding and draft implications to cap this game.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I hate my play on the Suns. I'm not going to lose the juice here. So I'm not going to take the other side, but I would not have taken the Suns if I had known that Kelly Oubre was not going to be in the lineup, but I'm sticking here. Now, let's this final game on the card, King. I have Blazers -4 at -105. That is still available at 5 times and at Heritage. And then I'm on the under, and I got 213. There is no 213s available. There's still a 212.5, a bookmaker 212s on the rest of the board. Your hometown Blazers, I'm backing them tonight. Are you?
Unfortunately, I'm on the over, Jim. That's the play I took. I'm nervous about taking this game because I don't want to seem like I'm a homer and I'm betting with my heart. That's kind of tough sometimes when you're captain because you always see more value in your team than you see in the next team. No CJ for me bothers me, man. It makes me wonder what they're going to do out there. Without CJ out there, you're asking a lot of Curry to step up more. You're asking a lot more from Nurkic. Wesley Matthews is coming back to Portland to play his former team as well. It's just a tough one, man. I see points. And Blazers win. I know at home we score over 100 points, man. That's a mission for us. We get over 100 points. And I cap Blazers games. Blazers scoring 115 points. Now, without CJ in the lineup, I don't really see the 100. I don't know where the other points come from, but I'm counting on Curry and Nurkic to step up over here. As far as Indiana, they're going to trade buckets with Portland. Portland's not going to play lockdown defense out there, especially with CJ. CJ can play pretty good defense. He doesn't get credited for that as much as he gets credit for scoring out there. So I see Portland put up baskets, Indiana put up baskets, and I got the over at 212.
Well, that makes me very, very uncomfortable being on the over and being on the Blazers. I think that both the Thunder and the Blazers are capable of stepping up without their best players. Not CJ is their best player. We know that Dame is their best player in Portland, but I just feel like Portland has too many strong players and Nurkic can take over. That Dame will step up. I'm still going to be fine here. And I'm going to stick with my spot here on the Blazers. But I hear what you're saying. I got Blazers -4 and the under 213. King, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody stick around for King's Court popping off in 43 minutes. And King will go over all the plays that he is on during his show. But I stayed off Pistons Cavs. I stayed off Jazz Wizards. I'm on the Celtics -3 at -113. Oh, excuse me, Celtics -3.5 at -113 at BetOnline. I'm on the Knicks Raptors under 214. I'm on the Heat +5 at -102. I'm on the Spurs under 224. I'm off Pelicans Mavericks. I'm on the Suns -2.5 at +102. God, it makes me uncomfortable. Blazers -4 at -105. And the under 213 at -108. And that's what I'm on. And Adam Ortega says, piggybacking off the better talent, King Rail. You're damn right I'm piggybacking off the better talent, King Rail. And I will do that every opportunity I get. I love having King on our show. Thank you so much for joining us, King Rail. Where can we find you on Twitter? What else you got going on?
On King's Court every day after the evening show, man. Nothing much going on. But Jimmy, before I get out of here, like I said, I want to get the parlay out. Since these games on King's Court, it's hard for me to give the early parlays out. But up Pistons money line, Jazz money line, under 213.5 in the Knicks game. It's a +279 parlay right there for anybody who want to tell me. Good luck. Get this paper. Thank you for having me again, Jim. And the one and only Maxwell Smart is about to come in here and talk some college ball. So make sure you get your pen and your pad ready. Love you guys. Great show. See y'all later.
Beautiful. Shout out to my man, King Rail. Stick around for his show right after this. And then we have my man, Maxwell Smart, in the house. Well, the time is nigh, Max. The tourney awaits, and I can't wait to hear your leans looking at this early bracket. I was breaking down the bracket with our man, Drew Martin, on the early show, and I can't wait to hear what you think of this. So, first off, how are things, my man?
It's going pretty good. Definitely coming off an emotional roller coaster of a weekend. Finished in the black. That's all I can ask for in the grand scheme of things. But how I'm looking at this bracket, how I'm looking at these tournaments, it's like on Game of Thrones when the North is preparing for the army of the dead to come. Well, I'm preparing for the army of the dead bookies to come, and I'm ready to savagely execute all of them.
I like the sounds of all this very, very much. Is there a region you want to talk about more than others, or can I just start hammering stuff at you?
Yeah, let's talk about the South region first. Honestly, this is going to involve the least conversation because basically we know who's going to run the show in that fucking region. They're not going to have a repeat performance of last year.
Yes, Virginia. Does Virginia have the easiest route to the Final Four?
Absolutely. The fact is, if you look at who they have to go up against, Kansas State is probably the biggest opponent that can do some damage to this Virginia team. But I think that we're going to see a Virginia team on a mission. Okay, God spoke to them. He touched them. He's like, you are destined for March Madness greatness. We will give you an easy road to the Final Four. Then you will do work that God commands you to do, and that is to win a national championship.
Wow. Are you saying that you're taking Virginia to win the national championship?
I am taking Virginia to go from the first number 1 seed to lose to a 16, and the next year with a healthy DeAndre Hunter, a fluid, efficient offense, and an evolving big man Jay Huff, who needs to stop making some stupid mistakes so Tony Bennett loves him instead of slapping him around. I think Virginia is doing it. I think that there's going to be a lot of eyes on North Carolina, even more eyes on Duke, and we know what happens to Gonzaga in March Madness. They have a tendency to slip up and get set up for the wet up. But these Wahoos, oh, no way, not this year. Defense is going to dominate it. We're going to see this trio of scores show us Virginia Cavalier basketball is all about, and that's about winning with defense and efficient offense.
I like it, man. I like it. That's very, very exciting, taking Virginia to win it all. I would say my favorite group of action is in San Jose, California. Wisconsin, Oregon, KSU against UC Irvine. Who do you think makes it out of those two games?
Yeah, it's a real interesting spot. I think that I still got to go with K-State. Listen, UC Irvine's done a lot of good work this season. They put a lot of money in their backers' pocket. But you got to keep in mind, this is what they've done against the Big West Conference. Now they're going up against a Big 12 defense that rivals their own. They guard the three-point line well. They get to the line. They can hit threes when they need to, and they know how to score two-point offense efficiently. I think that UC Irvine's going to have a lot of trouble with this K-State team, and I think that they are a barrage for an underdog to get behind.
Wow. Okay, well, that's the South. Max has Virginia running roughshod over this group. Let's keep rolling. Actually, before we keep rolling, do you think that this is Tennessee just going to meet up with North Carolina and keep everything simple? Or do you think there's a team in this South group that could... Oh, sorry, what I said, USC, sorry. You think Tennessee's going to run through and meet up with Virginia late in this? Or you think that they're susceptible for a loss just like they felt by losing by 20 to Auburn?
Yeah, I think that you have to definitely watch out for Cincinnati if that matchup comes up. You're going to have a Cincinnati team that we've seen play very nicely versus Houston. The way that they were able to involve Jaron Cumberland, forced the offense to go through him, and he was able to stand up to the test. I think that's what you're going to see. I think Cincinnati, with the heartbreak they had last year in the tournament, I think that there's definitely going to be a little more motivation, and they're going to be hungry for a game against a team like Tennessee, and Tennessee will have to be on their toes. Otherwise, they will suffer another Auburn defeat.
Yeah, that was shocking, down by 20. Let's go right below the South and hit the Midwest. What do you see happening here? We had a lot of people in the chat liking Iowa State. A couple people even saying that Iowa State was going to run all the way to the championship. Does Iowa State have value here? Can they beat Houston in that second round? Can they get through Ohio State even first off and foremost? And then does North Carolina roll all the way to the Final Four?
Speaking of teams that have to be gone through, why the hell is goddamn Ohio State in this tournament? That's like saying to me, Max, you can only go to strip clubs for 15 minutes when they first open, and then you have to leave. That's just stupid. The committee made some big decisions that were really dumb decisions. One being Minnesota, two being Ohio State. Both teams have no business in the tournament. The fact that there's 3 Pac-12 teams in this tournament, come on. Like, why is UNC Greensboro in this field? That's who I want to see in it. But move on from that. Iowa State definitely has value. They have a tough road to go through. The fact is, New Mexico State, if they get through Auburn, New Mexico State can beat can beat this Iowa State team. Oh no, that's the wrong region.
Yeah, it's going to be Houston or Georgia Southern that will be facing them.
No, Georgia State, but
Oh, excuse me, Georgia State.
Georgia State definitely is going to be able to give Houston problems, but I think that this is going to really come down to how Kentucky played. If Kentucky has to go against Seton Hall again, I can see them exiting in the second round and losing twice in 1 year. But I think that Iowa State definitely has to try and avoid a game with Kentucky. If they can get someone like Seton Hall that gets through, or even Wofford, I think that's a better matchup for them. I just don't think that they have the physicality and size to deal with a heavy front court in Kentucky and an evolved E.J. Montgomery and Nick Richards.
Wow. And so does North Carolina roll all the way to the Final Four?
Yeah, I think that North Carolina rolls. It'd be interesting to see what happens in the game below them with Utah State and Washington. If Utah State gets through, I think that Utah State, with the style of defense that they play and their hairless motherfucker, aka Brock Miller, I think that they can do some work against. I think they can do some work against this North Carolina team, but I just don't think that they can beat them. I think North Carolina, the only way that they lose is if they lose and they meet up with Kansas. I don't think Kansas will get that far to begin with, but North Carolina, definitely the only way that they're losing the game in this tournament is if they lose to themselves until at least the Sweet 16 or Elite Eight.
I hear you. Let's roll up to the East. And Duke, number 1 seed, up there against Michigan State as the 2 seed. We've talked about Louisville quite a bit. We've talked about LSU without a coach. Does Yale have a chance of upsetting them early? Do you have any feel on Belmont, Temple? What are your thoughts on the East here?
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of the most competitive brackets, particular region that I'm going to be interested in watching. It always starts with me about getting the teams that don't belong in this bracket out of it, and that starts with Minnesota and Louisville. I'm looking for Louisville to emphatically eliminate this Minnesota team. I don't know how they snuck in. Obviously, this was a case of Pitino Sr. using his favors and perks that he has with the committee guys. Maybe he has some dirt on them or a video from a strip club that they don't want getting out to the public, because there's no other way that this Minnesota team should have made this tournament. The way also I'm looking at it is Michigan State's going to have to be on their toes. Listen, a lot of people are discounting Bradley because they saw how Bradley played in the championship game versus Northern Iowa. I think this Bradley team can play good defense and good enough defense with this Michigan State team. Fact is, there will be a good battle at the point guard spot between Darryl Brown and Cassius Winston, and Elijah Childs. He's nothing to hold your nose at. He's a decent down low scorer. He's got a good mid range jump shot, and he hits free throws. So definitely would have to be cautious with this Michigan State team. I think that they're going to win this game, but I think that maybe a little too many points and that Bradley's not getting enough respect for the conference season that they had, conference schedule that they went through. And then, of course, it comes to Belmont and Temple. I was very happy about Belmont getting in. They deserve to get in, but I think it could be a short-lived tournament because I'm looking at Temple in this game. I want to get behind Temple because I believe in Shizoff. I believe in Rose. I believe in the fact that they can make a run their guard play and their small, short rotation. Obviously, they're worried about the front court strength, but the fact is Belmont's going to be shooting the ball. Belmont's going to be hitting it from the perimeter. They're not going to be trying to score and slow the game down. They're going to try and speed it up. And I think that Temple's going to be they're going to be able to oblige to it. They're going to be able to play good enough defense on this Belmont team that we're going to remember that Belmont is only 2-2 versus top 25 teams. Not saying Temple is, but Temple definitely has played a stronger strength of schedule, a tougher conference, and I think that they need a big win coming off their conference tournament loss.
Very interesting breakdowns. And do you feel like Yale's a live dog against LSU?
No, I don't. I was thinking that earlier. The more I think, the more I look at it, it's not really about the coaching. Coaching's going to call in some plays sometimes and deal with the rotation. and late game management, but I just don't think that we're going to have an issue from LSU. I think we're going to see an angry LSU team that's focused, that's ready to silence all the critics and all the doubters. This is a heavily talented team. And when they're on the road, they play a more serious style of basketball. This is not for me. I'm going to be looking to get on LSU, looking at LSU to stifling defense and not let these Yale Bulldogs do what they did to Harvard in the championship game and put up a lot of offense.
Yeah, and what's your first instinct of VSU UCF?
Yeah, UCF. That's my first. That's a play for me. Absolutely. The fact is, Marcus Evans will not be in the game. His knee will not be good enough to play. There's no point in even deliberating over it. And we saw how this offense suffered without him. I can't trust that they figured it out. Even though they have depth, even though they have a good system that they run with their roster and personnel, I just don't think that they're going to be able to. UCF owes us one. UCF was absolutely embarrassed in Memphis. I think that they're going to take the same kind of stance that Houston is. They're going to say, fuck American, we're a big tourney. That's what matters. It's time to show what we can do. Let's go, Jay Taylor.
Great breakdowns, interesting stuff. It's so great to hear your analysis after hearing Drew's analysis. Let's get down to the West. Before we do, just for my own info, do you have a play on the NIT tonight?
Yeah, the NGIT versus Quinnipiac game. Of course I do, Jimmy.
Beautiful.
I'm a college basketball degenerate. I can't go a day without betting a game, and if I do, I probably have to sleep through it like I'm going through withdrawal.
Beautiful. Okay, that's sweet. I love it. I love hearing that. Okay, so we'll close out on that. Let's talk about this West. And man, is it going to be another situation where there's a Gonzaga Bulldog sobbing at center court, or is this going to be Mark Few celebrating? I mean, are the Bulldogs an easy? I mean, I know there's no easy one seeds to knock out, but are they the most susceptible?
Yeah, they're definitely playing in the toughest bracket. That's for sure. I think that there's a multitude of teams that can beat them. I think that Syracuse can beat them. I think that Florida State can beat them. I think that Murray State can also beat Gonzaga. There's a lot of teams I think that can beat Gonzaga in a tournament setting, but I'm not looking to step in front of them just yet. I'm not looking to lay a bet down against them just yet, but the most interesting matchups for me in this region are definitely going to be the Buffalo game versus Arizona or St. John's. Both are going to be incredibly entertaining. Obviously, the element with Coach Hurley taking off over their first tournament game and then coaching against them, that'll be an interesting element. But I think that Chris Mullen, he's got to freaking win this game. He's got to win this game against Arizona State. He already has a dubious award of being the worst dressed coach in college basketball. And if he blows Shamari Pond's last chance at some NCAA tournament glory, I will never forgive him. St. John's basketball fans deserve better. This team had so much potential to begin the season, and the fact that they're playing in these first four games is just bullshit. This is Chris Mullins, and if they don't win this game, they should just fucking cut him up and serve him up to some dogs.
Yes, dogs who've eaten pissed on grass, as I would say, or as you would say, and I would repeat. Florida. A lot of the cappers in the chat on the morning show thought that Florida was very live against your Nevada Wolfpack. And do you agree with that? Do you think that Florida is live, could go all the way down to the Sweet 16?
It pains and saddens me to say so, but I do agree. They got a terrible seeding, but they deserve the seeding that they got. The fact is, they've floundered down the stretch in Mountain West Conference schedule. They had inexcusable losses. You saw the laziness and the lack of intensity you're getting from this team unless they're in the lead or slamming the ball through the bucket. The fact is, they love to hang on the perimeter, and that's not going to get you anywhere good in this tournament. They have the size, strength, length, and physicality to go to the bucket and get to the line every time down the floor, yet they continuously settle for these jump shots at the end of the clock. Take it to the bucket, take your bumps and bruises. You're going to have a training staff that will fix you up after the game. All that being said, Florida the line. Florida has the opportunity to beat Nevada. I think that if they don't beat Nevada, Michigan will finish them off. That's the bottom line.
Syracuse, Baylor. Who you like in that matchup?
Well, obviously I'm going Q's. This 2-3 zone tournament style. Baylor doesn't practice against it. Baylor doesn't employ. I think that Baylor's been a die-hard team. They put hard into this season. I just think that you're going to get Coach Boeheim at his best, and if the coach's son wants to go up, I got no problem with that. I think that Buddy Boeheim is going to have a tournament. I look for him in Syracuse to advance.
Wow, okay, backing Syracuse early. Boeheim does his magic. I've seen it in person and always being impressed. Well, very, very interesting breakdowns, Max. Now, I asked this to Drew, and I'd love to hear yours. Can you tell me the double-digit seed or two that you think has the biggest chance to make a run in this tournament?
I don't really think that there's a double digit seed that I think has the potential to make a long run in the tournament. I think that there's more chances for some of the better teams to have a better run. I think that this is going to be top dominated when we get to the Final Four. But if I'm going to look for someone to make a run, I would be looking at Cincinnati to maybe get to the Elite Eight. But as far as getting to the Final Four, I don't see a lot of teams being able to beat Virginia, North Carolina. I can see Syracuse getting all the way to the Elite Eight. I can see Syracuse getting to the Final Four if they can take down Michigan State and take down Gonzaga. But if I were to choose a double digit, it'd have to either be Belmont or Temple. Obviously, I'm going by the trend that one of the teams playing games was able to win a game and make a run. I'm going to see Belmont or Temple, the winner of that game, is able to make a run in this tournament.
Yeah, and Alan actually says Belmont can get to the Sweet 16. So Belmont or Temple. A lot of people thinking this is the year of the chalk. Very, very interesting. So then finally, Max, let's move on to tonight's action. Let's go on right now. NCAA basketball odds, spreads, and totals at SBRodds.com and Quinnipiac NJIT. NJIT opening at -4. Now we have 5s and 5.5s on the board. This total shot up. BetOnline opened it at 142, and now it's 147 there. 148.5 at Bookmaker. Wow, let's see where Pinnacle opened this total at. Opened it at 143.5, and it got all the way up to 149. Wow. Max, Quinnipiac, NJIT.
These are two conferences and two teams that I like, I love, I enjoy their play, I enjoy their star players, but the fact is, Abdul Lewis, this is his last opportunity in collegiate basketball before he goes professional. I think that him and Zach Cooks are going to be able to get some home cooking stirred up, get that gumbo going, and they're going to serve a nice icy bowl of cock soup to this Quinnipiac Bobcat team. Listen, this Quinnipiac Bobcat team has been lethal from three-point range. 14 makes in the last 5 games. They're averaging 10.4 on the road. But I think that this New Jersey Institute Technology team, when they're at home, they play a different level of defense. They're going to go to the three-point line. I think that they're going to hold Quinnipiac to under or around 6 3-point makes tonight. I'm looking for Zach Cooks to continue his outstanding freshman season. Take it to the bucket, son. Get to the line. Make free throws. Have the ball in your hands at the end of the game. I trust your energy. I trust your vision. I trust your basketball IQ. So I'm looking at on NGIE first half and full game. I'm going to have to take 3. Fred, a fellow low bagger, Brad Summersell, he got 2. That lucky SOB. Shout out to that. But I'm also taking New Jersey Technology full game, and I'm taking the first half under Winoli Knows. I'm taking the full game under Winoli Knows. Going against this team.
Wow, going against this team. Where did you get the number at?
I got at 147.5. I see a Pinnacle you get at 148 juice to -120.
Wow, very, very interesting stuff. And your first look at Belmont Temple, in this Belmont Temple spot, money's coming in on Belmont. I guess not. Sorry, is that first half? Wait, let me get the full game here quickly for Belmont Temple. Yeah, Belmont opening at -1, now -3. So you're liking Temple at the plus points or money line?
Yeah, I definitely think that Temple has what it takes to run and gun with this Belmont team. It's definitely going to be a spot that I'm going to have to get on. I have to believe in the Fran Dunphy retirement tour, or the goodbye tour, as I would say. And then I also got to believe that the fact that when you got Shiz Alston's a guy who is going to take it upon himself. He's going to want to win this game. Nate Pierre-Louis, he's an up-and-comer. He's going to lead this Temple team next year. I look for him to put an exclamation mark on that part tonight. I mean, in the couple days when these guys play. But I just think that Temple versus Belmont should have been able to avoid first four. The fact that they did it is going to be their demise. And I think that either one of this Belmont or Temple team, whoever wins this game, is going to be able to go on a real run in this tournament.
Wow. Great breakdowns, Max. So you really like NJIT here? I mean, the market's moving with it. You think they send a message here tonight?
Yeah, I think that this team definitely has been playing a lot poorer defense when it comes to conference play, but with lack of familiarity, I think that this is when NGIT has been at its best. Don't forget, this is a 12-3 win-loss team in a non-conference schedule, and this is a non-conference game to me. So when it comes to non-conference games, lack of familiarity and no film versus a certain opponent, I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take the team that plays better defense, and I'm going to take the team that has the dominant front court scorer, and that's Abdul Lewis.
Oh, that's great stuff, Max. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's the calm before the storm, and it's going to be wild for you. It means the world that you come to our show after all of the work that you have to put in. Where can we find you on Twitter, and what time are your shows this week?
Yeah, you can find me at Maxwell Smart 420 on Twitter. Going to be Drew and we're going to be doing XBR Madness at 9:30 a.m. for a live show for half an hour, and then we'll be doing our afternoon show for a full hour. So you're going to get lots of Drew and a lot of breakdowns. We'll be watching the games. I'll be throwing out live plays on Twitter. And of course, you can find me here at 6 o'clock Eastern with you, of course, Jimmy the Bag, breaking down the games, talking about the results, having a good time and enjoying ourselves, capping with our whole group of amazing cappers.
What a treat it is to roll with you. Catch him at Maxwell Smart 420 on Twitter. Max, will you do me the privilege of introducing none other than Freddie Fortune?
Absolutely. I am like a dire wolf waiting for the army of the dead to come so I can rip some motherfuckers apart. And without further ado, I have the distinct honor, pleasure of introducing to you a man that I am friends with, a man that I care about, a misunderstood man. His name is Freddie. His name is Fortune.
Welcome. What the hell's going on, Freddie?
Guess what?
What?
I'm sad again.
I'm not surprised, but you did hit. You did hit with your Australian soccer after.
Yes, plus 130.
Yeah, that must make you feel
My
pretty
glory holes team won again.
good. Yes, your Glory Holes team did win. Did you find out what Glory Hole meant?
No, tell me.
No, I'll leave that to your imagination, Freddie.
What's a glory hole?
It's like a junior juice. It's like a juice box, but smaller.
You know, my main language is not English. I don't understand what you're telling me. This is just a script.
Okay, that's I understand. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't even worry. You know what? When you get a free time at work, type Glory Hole in the computer and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. What do you want today?
Pussy sports. Again, there's no Australian soccer on Monday, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays.
Okay, so what are you on?
Hockey. Swiss National League.
The Swiss National League.
Yes.
Wow. You do find the only pussy spots in the whole sport, don't you?
Davos over CSC Lions on the three-way at -110 at Bet365. Yes.
Davos.
Davos. Yeah. Davos.
Nice. We'll keep your roll going, man. You were slumping.
What do you
there
think about my mouth? Look.
Oh, God. I think it's ready for a glory hole. That's what I think. Freddie? Thank you guys so much for watching us. Thank you to our guest, King Rail, Maxwell Smart. Thank you for Freddie Fortune.
Do you know J Money?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell him to follow me on Twitter?
He
doesn't reply to my tweets or my messages.
I'm heartbroken. I will look into that for you.
This is part of the script. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, don't worry. Just stay calm. Stay calm.
Adios. Also, Nolly knows he's tempting me on the chat.
Tempting?
Yes.
That sounds
about his shitty unders.
Weirdly erotic. Okay, all right. Let me take it from here. Thank you, though.
Are you sure? Do you want my help?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Really sure?
I'm positive.
How positive?
Farshad Asami says, Jimmy, I'm with you on the Blazers tonight. So does King Rail. On us with the Blazers. Let's get that cash. Let's have a big, big day. Also, I just doubled up on NJIT. I'm coming off a 5-7 weekend in NCAA basketball, and I think I can make it up right here. So J Money says, I will follow you right now. Wow, you finally got J Money's attention. You finally got his attention. NJIT first half -2.5, and that's at Heritage. Then I got the full game -5 and -110 at Pinnacle. So I added those 2 plays, and this is what I'm on today's card. I'm on the under 6.5, Coyotes Lightning. I'm on the Blackhawks -1.5 at +125. I'm on the Sharks -1.5 at +155. Then in the association, I'm on the Celtics -3.5 at -113. Raptors under 214. I'm on the Heat +5.5 at -102. I'm on the Spurs under 224. Makes me very uncomfortable. I'm on the money line at +125 on the Spurs. I'm pretty nervous about my NBA card. But then I got the Suns. Oh, God, -2.5 at +102. Oh, man, I'm getting more nervous the more I keep saying it. Blazers -4, -105, and the under 213 and -108. Not applicable says the bed of the day is San Jose Vegas money line. That makes me feel very uncomfortable. Mr. Puckline says, love the argument. I do feel good there. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. But most importantly, Leche, Alos Bookman.